Yo. So I spend a lot of time reading up on people's come up, and one thing I notice is that there's one thing that they all usually talk about, and that's sacrifice. Like sacrificing time, rest, hunger, sometimes relationships, sacrificing joy. Not joy, but like leisure. You got to be okay with being bored. It's not all glamorous, right? I remember one time I was watching like a podcast interview with Dr. Jordan Peterson and Robert Greene, and Dr. Peterson was talking about how, correct me if I'm wrong, but his first book took like something like 14 years. Like he took 14 years to write his first book, and he allocated like 3 hours a day to writing it. He had to force himself literally. Like he even quit drinking because of it. He forced himself to just sit down and write 3 hours a day. Even at times when he didn't want to. There was another time I was watching just recently. I was watching Louis C.K. and Joe List when they were on the Joe Rogan podcast, and Louis C.K. was talking about how he restricts all social media and like the internet from all his devices, right? So he doesn't get distracted, so he can just focus on the work. Sometimes that's what it takes, right? Like another thing, like The Alchemist, like one of hip hop's greatest producers. The Alchemist one time talked about being in the studio on one chair for 14 hours making music. And it doesn't matter how much you love to do a certain things. That's hard. That's not an easy thing to do. To sit in one place for that many hours and just focus on the work, right? Especially like at the beginning, like me, when there's not really like virtually no results. Like I put in the work for my 2 monthly Spotify listeners, but like it's fulfilling. Like I find it fulfilling, like I love hip hop, I love rapping, I love rap music, and I just I'm fortunate that I have the means to work on music and create music that I like, even though there's no results or anything. I just focus on what I love doing. Basically, the moral of the story is be bored. Be bored. Cut out the distractions. Sit down, spend those hours doing what you love. Focusing on your craft and everything. Shit's meant to be hard, even though you have fun doing it. Just sit down. It's okay to be bored. It's okay to not do fun things while you get work done. Fuck the results that ain't here yet. Just do what you do.
Enter the door, I've said this before. If you say it's so, then you begin it with more. Have you grinning galore and winning some more? I'll say it for sure. I pray with a pure heart, give praise to the cosmic and out of orbit. The energy comes back and I absorb it. I incorporate